In this video, I'll show you how to make the best terrarium substrate for closed terrariums. I've used this mix for quite literally thousands of terrariums and it hasn't let me down. Firstly, you're going to need a cup to measure out the parts in. This can be as big or as small as you want depending on how much substrate you want to make. You'll also need another tub where you can mix up all the components. The first ingredient of the recipe is 1 part cocoa fibre. If you're confused about what a part is, let me quickly explain. A part is simply a measurement of volume. In this case, 1 tub filled up is 1 part and half the tub filled up would be half a part. If you were making a large batch of substrate and using a big container like this one, it would still only be 1 part. When you buy cocoa fibre, it often comes in a dried, compressed brick like this one, so we need to rehydrate it. This is easy enough to do by placing it inside a tub and pouring in some water. Try not to pour in too much water right away as you don't want it completely soaking wet. I find it best to add the water in 2 or 3 stages. Next, you're going to need 2 parts sphagnum moss. I like to sterilize the moss by placing it inside the microwave for a couple minutes until it's steaming hot. If you don't do this, the sphagnum moss throughout the substrate will spring back to life once it's inside a terrarium. As an example, I grew this lush sheet of moss from this seemingly dead sphagnum in only a couple months. If you want to see a tutorial on how I did this, let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to make the video. So if you're planning on making a terrarium with specific moss and plant species, go ahead and sterilize the moss, but if not, don't worry about it. I should mention that you should only microwave the moss when it's damp. You certainly don't want to be putting dry moss in the microwave as it's a fire hazard. If the moss you've got is dry, simply rehydrate it with some water and then you can microwave it. Now let's get back to the recipe. The next component is 1/4 part bark chips and I like to use orchid bark. You'll need 1/4 part charcoal. You can use activated carbon, but I like to use lumpwood charcoal as it's much more budget friendly. It usually comes in large chunks, so I put it in a bag and crush it down with a hammer. The last component that you'll need is 1/4 part worm castings. This can be substituted with compost. Here's all the components and ratios so you can take a screenshot if you need to. All that's left to do now is to combine them in the tub and mix them all together. Once combined, all the components come together to make the perfect substrate for terrariums. It holds humidity, is resistant to compression, provides nutrients for the plants, and it's well draining. These are all characteristics of a quality terrarium substrate. I really hope you found this video useful and make lots of successful terrariums using this mix.